Hey guys, the Creator 13 here. I am starting a new series about a thing called I like to call Decade City. So the plan here, right, is if I grab myself my planner block, right? So the plan here, right, is that we're gonna have it's a city. There's districts based on different decades, right? So there will be a center area, and then rivers will run out like spokes into each district or into each major district. There'll be like, the 1900s district, and then like the 1800s district, and then the maybe there'll be like an apocalypse district and like a modern district, like that kind of thing. And so there's all the different like decades and like time frames. So yeah. So without further ado, let's get building. So my first build that I want to do, first of all, starting the city, I'm going to start it about 32 blocks in the air, just so we have like enough space for like basements and also like underground stuff. But also like if I want to make like a lake or something, I can just go woo and have enough space. So yeah. So my first thing, I think Y32 is gonna be sidewalk level, so roads will go down here, right, on Y33. So what I'm thinking, right, is a mall, but there's skyscrapers on it. So if I make something kind of like something like this, right? So there's like a big mall, right? Like maybe there's a movie theater and like a grocery store connected to it. So something like this, maybe, right? So then there'll be, hold up, something like that. And then, so there'll be like some towers on it, right? So as in like, bam, so, and then, bam, and then, bam. And they're all going to be connected by bridges, so let's represent that like so, right? So the mall, it's going to have the main mall section, right, which is going to be just plain mall, right, like your normal shopping mall, except it's going to be absolutely ginormous. It's going to have a movie theater, and almost like the Mall of America in Minnesota, if you've ever been there. But yeah, so then on like maybe this chunk or something like that, there'll be like a grocery store and a fitness center accessed only by residents, because this tower right here is going to be a residential tower with like apartments and stuff. And then this tower will be for like office workers or something, like there'll be like offices. And then over here will be like a hotel for like tourists or something, right? And so this will be set in the near future, right? So something like you know how in Saudi Arabia the line's being completed, right? Something like when that's complete, right? That'll probably be like 2030, 2040 maybe, right? And so like near future kind of thing. And then we'll have like a massive underground parking space. So yeah. So I'm planning to have it actually go in a ring, so it goes like medieval, maybe it goes medieval, colonial, 1800s, 1900s, 20s, like pre-depression, like super rich, everything's rich era, and then depression, war, post-war. So there'll be like suburbs over here now, so we're making it a bit wider. And maybe that encompasses the 50s and 60s, and then maybe like the 70s and 80s, and then the 90s and 2000s and stuff. And then we get more into the modern day, so we'll make that a bit bigger. And then we get more into the near future, cyberpunk, cool space age, and then like apocalypse, and then it goes back to medieval, right? But it would all be super tightly packed, so there would only be there would only be like a little tiny space in the center for like a square, like a spawn point. So yeah, my plan for the spawn point is for it to be underground, and like the car from the Back to the Future movies, right? It like goes, like it appears out of nowhere, and like it like has the fire and the tires and stuff, and it goes meow, and then like the dude comes out and is like, hey, you need a ride? And then like it goes up to the surface, and it's meant to be like a time glitch kind of thing. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna design this building. So yeah, see you when I'm done with that. Actually, I changed my mind about the parking garage. So instead of, you know, let's say this is the mall, right? Instead of there being like a massive underground parking garage down here, I'm gonna have a service area. So in this scenario, this city, all right, this is near future. They've either I don't know if they switched to self-driving cars. I think maybe it is a fully public transport orientated city, and the public transport's like really nice, right? There's like super cool trains and buses and whatever. So yeah, so there will be like a bus stop outside the mall, and but then under here is going to be like a service area, right? So for all the restaurants, that they need supplies, right? And so the mall is going to be multiple stories, by the way, right? Just the mall is going to be multiple stories. So under here, so like a semi truck could come and go under the mall, and then like it drops stuff off and it gets shipped up to elevators, and maybe there's like an automated elevator system that like delivers it to like maybe I divide the mall up into sections. Why did I not turn that off? Whatever. But it delivers stuff to each section, and then from there maybe I make it so that there's like robots, like not functioning, but like little robot dudes that like help you move your stuff to move the stuff to each restaurant. Like maybe there's like a scanning something or other, but yeah. So yeah, I'll get back to designing. Alrighty guys, I've come up with a preliminary design, right? So you enter the mall, maybe there's a couple different entrances to the mall, and maybe there's like some outdoor stuff or whatever, but for the most part, it's just you get in the mall, right? So all of this, like this is shops, and so there's shops lining here, and it's multiple stories tall, and so you know you can go in the shops, and then there's like escalators and stuff so you can go up and whatever, and then there's bridges to these are structural support pillars and shops at the same time, and these holes in the center, like a semi truck can drive in through like a service entrance, maybe like over here or something. There's like a service entrance that the trucks can like go under, and then based on like the color of the box or something, they go up into different conveyor belts, and there'll be some like over here, right? So that all the like restaurants and shops and stuff can get shipments, and like maybe like some little robot dudes can help with that. But then over here are like amenities, so things like, you know, if there's a movie theater, or if there's a bowling alley, or if there's like those kind of things that like just like a public thing, like an arcade, you know, whatever. And then and then there's elevators in the center that go up to this train station. And in this society, everybody just relies on public transportation, right? So there'll be bus stops outside, whatever, and you know, you can go on the train station anywhere throughout the world, like wee, you know, that kind of thing. And then that it also connects to these buildings, so these will be like big towers, right? I'm thinking maybe this one's an apartment building, right? And so there'll be like a walkway or something over, but this is an apartment building, right? And then down here is like a grocery store and a fitness center and a pool, like that kind of thing. So but it's only accessed by residents. So if you have to, like when you're a resident, you have like a key, but also like a pass, so you can like come down here and get your groceries and stuff. So it's almost like a little like micro economy. And then one of them is a hotel, and one of them is an office building. And so you can like you can work here, live here, vacation here, shop here, get all your stuff here. So it's basically everything you need in one complex. So yeah, and I'll work out the kinks like once I plan it out, but yeah. So yeah, I think that sounds good. And by the way, this is most definitely not to scale. So yeah. And by the way, these are gonna be all the way up, right? So rings of shops, and they're gonna be load bearing. So not on like the walls and the shop pillars like hold the weight of the skyscraper, right? And so, like, because it'll be like solid concrete or something, like, theoretically. I'm not an engineer, so don't get mad at me if this is like not structural or whatever. But yeah, I think that's good. And there will be no parking garage, by the way. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Alrighty, guys, I designed the first like pillar, I guess you could say. So first of all, here are the elevators. So you enter in here, and it's like a glass tube, and you can go to any of the different levels, right? Then in here is gonna be a big tree in the center, and you can have some benches on it, whatever. But I designed the first like pillar thing. So there's a corner shop. It's gonna have two like garage door thingies. So one can be closed, one can be open, both can be open, whatever. So this could be like a Journeys or a Spencer's or something like that, right? And then back here is like the network of hallways that you can go to here from. So here's the conveyor belt. Like this is where all the stuff comes from, like all the goods. And each of the areas has like a back room where stuff is stored. So then this is like the medium-sized shop, and yeah, so the big size shop will be on the outside. But yeah, so and then these are the bathrooms. So this is a guy's bathroom, so there's a drinking fountain and a trash can, and then some sinks, some urinals, and then some stalls. So yeah, and then the girls' bathroom, you got stalls, and then you got sink. So yeah. And then you also got the drinking fountain and whatever. So then you can throw stuff away in the trash can pretty much anywhere. And then I'm gonna put benches places periodically. And then all the escalators will either be on the outside, like wall, or they'll be in the center. So you come down and then you go in the center, right? But I'll figure that out. Like maybe on some of the back ones, I'll do something like this. Come on. Something like this, where I cover part of it. So you can still get in the shop, but the escalator can go like up, you know? So yeah. And then everything will be connected by like bridges on the top. So I'm gonna copy this to all 4 of these areas. So by the way, so that thing I just showed you is one of these. So yeah. So I'm gonna copy that to all the areas I just showed you, and yeah. Alrighty guys, are you ready? So this is the model we made earlier. Alright. So then if we fly up here, okay, this is one of the circles. So not only did I make 4 circles, I designed this entire area. So basically, the only way you can enter the mall, right? So by the way, green means doors, unless it's placed on the outside like this, then it means windows. So the only way to enter the mall is through this store or that store, which are both exactly the same. And these stores both have 2 supply rooms, and everything marked with blue is like going down to the construction area, and that's like the conveyor belt where stuff goes up. So it has 2 supply rooms, and then so this will be like a Barnes and Noble or something like that, right? And the reason it has 2 supply rooms is because Barnes and Noble's, well, one symmetry, and 2 because Barnes and Noble's usually has like a Starbucks or something in it that might need some different supplies. So then there's bathrooms here, and then more shops. Each shop has a back room that the robots drop stuff off in, you know? And then there's some fire exits back here. So this is an outside wall, that is an outside wall, and that is an outside wall. Back there is going to be the grocery store and whatever for residents of the apartment building. And then back there is going to be like other stuff for the mall, but just not shops. So then over here, so these are all shops, right? So shop, back room, and then there's these corner shops. So there's shop, and then you can enter here, and then back room, and then it connects off to the hallway, and then shop, and then this area is where the Roombas are stored. So it's basically a ginormous Roomba that like sometimes it'll just come out and like, or at least the story is, sometimes it'll just come out and like go around and clean stuff up, so that way they don't have to hire janitors. And then, you know, more shops, more hallways, and then bathroom, another cleaning robot, and then shops, hallways, shop, big corner shop, you know, hallway, and this hallway I'm thinking might also be used by some of the restaurants. So the stuff comes here not only for these shops, but also for the restaurants over here, because I'm thinking a whole like layer of just restaurants. So not food court, but like restaurants, like real, like maybe not real restaurants, but like anything Red Robin upwards, you know, in quality, I mean. So yeah, and then so this is the doorway to that, and then there's more shops. So like this might be a Dick's Sporting Goods, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna make this 3 stories, and then on the roof I'm gonna have like it's not a roof per se, but like I'm gonna have a 4th story that has the train station and the food court, and then above that are gonna be the skyscrapers, and also I'm gonna grass off and like what's the word, like make like a green area on top of the roof. So everything is pretty strong, right? So the idea is that these areas and this outer area are made of concrete, like solid concrete all the way down, and that's the foundation, right? And that there are concrete, like pretty much that entire core is concrete. That entire core is concrete. Same here and here, right? That kind of thing. And so the skyscrapers have like some stability. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking anyway. So I'll get back to building. I think I'll perfect up here first, like the mall, and put in like some more elevators and escalators and whatever. So yeah, I'll see you once I've done that. Alrighty guys, the lower part of the computer chip, as I call it, is done. So the first, I literally just copy and pasted the first layer up like 4, and then made like a little area around it to show where the roof is. So all I did to these guys was, first I made some little bridges around them, and then I connected the bridges to I connected the other platforms with bridges. So there's a big bridge in here, and then like a hole for like the tree to come up and grow and whatever. And then I added so the only escalators are in the corners. So if there's a fire or something, then you kind of just gotta figure it out. No, I'm just kidding. I'd like to think that in 2035, humans will have advanced enough that you can go down an elevator without it being burnt down, like it's pressure sealed or something, or like the mechanics are like pressure sealed or something. So you could like actually go in an elevator and like be chill, you know. So I'd like to think that that would be a thing, but just in case, I put some escalators on the side. Sorry, my alarm went off. So yeah, I'm gonna get to work on the roof and also the entertainment and restaurants and whatever. Alrighty guys, if we look back at our model, I have completed this bit, right, which we already know, and this bit and this bit. So yeah, besides the restaurant. So here we have our regular area, right? Come through this big entryway, and there's a big hallway. I still haven't added any of the restaurants because I don't feel like doing that. But you can either go up the elevator or the escalator and come up here into the movie theater. You buy your tickets, right? Then you come along down here, and there's some... Dang, my health notification's going off. There's some bathrooms. And then you come over here, and here's where you get... Like, here's where you pay for all your stuff, and then there's a popcorn maker and other counters. And then a little janitor closet and some stairs for the employees. And then you can go in, you scan your tickets here, and you can go into any of the theaters. So there'll be a trash can here, then you go in through the door into the theater. These chairs are for the randos who want to sit friggin' 2 inches from the screen, which I found out recently is not a TV screen, it's actually a projector, which is weird. But then you go up these stairs to whichever row you want, and then, yeah, so if you climb up the employee stairs, then there's the break room, right? So you got some tables, chairs, you know, water dispensers, a trash can, a counter, whatever. And then you got the manager's office, so chair, desk, bookshelf. And then this area will just be open, and then you walk in here, and then there's the same hallway, but each theater has its own projector room with a shelf for all the film that you use, and then the actual projector. Each room has that. Excuse that voice crack. So then over here you go up the elevator escalator to this floor, which is the bowling alley, so you can look over the balcony onto and do whatever. And then if you want to bowl, you can buy your shoes here. So you pay at the counter. There's a shelf of shoes and that lists all the shoe sizes, and then extra shoes back in this back room. And then you can grab your ball, like the size you want, whatever. And then you can go to the bathroom and whatever, and then you enter your lane. So they give you a passcode up front that you use at your passcode encoder, and then the door opens, and there's some couches and a table, right? And then you come up here, and there's these big glass windows that go all the way down there. And there's this like kiosk where you can like edit whatever and like order your food. And then like the ball return. So the gutters will be on each side, and when you bowl, it goes down and it hits the pins here, and all the machinery is like back here and can be accessed by these two doors. And then if you would want to have a multi-party thing, then you would there's an option to unlock these glass doors and just be chill and have it be so that anyone can talk and move around and whatever. And so there's a bunch of different lanes. And then when you order your food, the food comes from the kitchen. So you can get stock from back here and into the, into the supply room. And then there's the kitchen. They bring it out to you, the waitress or waiter or whoever has your passcode and whatever kind of thing. And if there's some sort of bowling tournament, like if it's like professional bowling, you can come in here and there are places to mount some cameras, right? And some seating where you can view the entire bowling alley. And then since the walls are glass, you can see every bowler and how well they're doing. There'll be TV screens up here that show how the stuff is doing. And if you go up the elevator escalator from here, you go to the roller rink. So same thing with the shoes, right? So list of shoes, and then extra shoes in the back, and then a kitchen and some bathrooms, bleachers, and then this is for the DJ, since you can play music at the roller rink, right? So the DJ, and then another place to mount your camera. And so then you also got some tables and chairs to eat at. Same over here, except there's more chairs. And there's ample exits and stuff so that you can get out if you need to. So this is the main track, and this is the kids track over here. If some sort of competition, or thing where you have to do a special move or a couples dance or whatever comes on in the big track, then all the kids come out of this track, the kids track, and go over here to sit and whatever. And everybody who doesn't want to do whatever's going on over here can roller skate here until that's done. And then you go up the stairs and escalators up here, same thing with the shoes. And then this is storage for hockey equipment, like the goals and the gear and whatever, and bathrooms, and then stadiums, and then or bleachers, and then cameras. And then this is the hockey field. So when there's no hockey game, right, then you can just skate around and it's pretty chill. And same with over here. Right, so when there's a hockey game going on, everything's pretty chill, right? You can skate over here, but the hockey game goes on over here, and there's a net or whatever, on all sides to prevent pucks from being launched in people's faces. That would suck. So yeah. And then I gotta find a place to put a Zamboni. So yeah, maybe I'll just put it if I just grab that, maybe I'll just do something whoop. And then actually maybe we extend it and then grab some green. Yeah, the Zamboni goes in there, and then you can store whatever in here. So the Zamboni comes out and cleans the ice. I have to add a Zamboni entrance right here and right here. So there are two different tracks so that one can be played with hockey and then one can just be for skating. And then there's balconies overlooking everything except on here, because the movie theater doesn't go that tall, right? And so you have to, yeah. So yeah. So then I'm planning for like an arcade and stuff to be over here somewhere, right? And yeah, so I like the level and height diversity because there's going to be another floor up here for like the food court and the train station and like the elevators to the skyscrapers and whatever. So this will be 5 floors, then 4 floors, then 3 floors, and then probably 2 floors for the arcade and VR and whatever. And then, you know, maybe I'll extend the restaurants out here and it'll be 1 floor. And then the grocery store or whatever will be back to 3 floors, you know. So yeah, I'll get back to working on stuff. Alrighty guys, it's been kind of like 2 weeks since I last showed up and started recording. I kind of lost some interest. I started school my freshman year, did all that stuff. I started like a bunch of new clubs and stuff, so I have less free time. So videos are gonna be coming out obviously more often than when I didn't post, but like less often than usual. So yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update. But yeah, not sure what I showed you guys. I know I showed the movie theater, but I'll show all that stuff, and then if I already did, I'll cut it out. So first of all, on this bottom floor there is restaurants. There are restaurants. So there's elevators and escalators to go up to the entertainment areas, and then little areas in here. So this is the first restaurant. This is a fancier restaurant, right? So this is like the stand where the lady has like the lectern, or the stand where all the menus are, and it's like, oh yeah, can I help you? Oh yeah, we have a 15-minute wait, kind of thing. And then this is where you sit if you're waiting, you know. And then once you do finish waiting, you come in here. So this is the kitchen, right? So there's counters and an island. I should probably get mine. There we go. And then some sort of thing. I'm not sure if the fridge is going to be here or whatever. And then a pantry for like the yeah, maybe that's a walk-in freezer, I don't know. But then it connects to the supply closet area. And then in here there are a bunch of tables and chairs and a bunch of booths around here, and some corner booths. So yeah. And then out here is some patio seating. I call it a patio when there's like nothing here, but yeah, so this hallway, you can turn down here, and this is like a bar, like a sports bar. So there's a counter, like a bar down here. It's connected to this thing, like the restaurant, so the restaurant doesn't have to have its own bar. It can just use this. So it gets its supplies from the restaurant and carts it out all the time. So then the bartender stands here, and these are stools, and there's tables, and same thing over here, but with this restaurant, which is exactly the same as the first one. And then here is like a little, like, it's a smaller restaurant, you know? So there's a supply area back here, which I'm gonna connect, sorry about that, which I'm gonna connect, like, a supply room to somewhere at some point, I don't know. But there's a supply room here, and then a little kitchen, and then you come out, waiting area where the host or hostess stays, and then two chair tables and 4 chair tables and some booths. You know, so this is a bit bigger restaurant, and then same bar thing and restaurants back there. So I'm gonna put some sort of supply room somewhere along here. So yeah. So then these 2 restaurants are medium-sized. They share the same supply room. So there's a supply room, and then they go out into the different kitchens. So this is the pantry and supply room. And then, so yeah. And then back here there are the what's it called? The tables and chairs and booths. Tables, chairs, and booths, right? I'm gonna put something back here. I think it's gonna be another restaurant, but it can't be the exact same floor plan as that one. So yeah. But then I'm gonna have the patio for this restaurant actually be outside. So that's nice. And then I think that's just empty space. I don't know what I was doing. I think I just made it line up with that, so I made some empty space in the middle. And And then there's a bunch of doors that you can go through from the outside. I'm planning, if you ever seen Stranger Things, if I figure out how to, I'll put a picture up on the screen. But there's like the mall with like the skylights, and there's a big clock right there. That's what I'm planning to do here. And then it's exactly the same on this side. So big restaurant, bar, big restaurant. And then I'm planning to just do the exact same thing, maybe. I don't know, because I might have like just a bunch of restaurants like sprawling out here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna add over here maybe like, actually I think I'm gonna keep this chunk just restaurants, and I'll expand the restaurant-y bit out here, and then I'm gonna add like an arcade, because bowling alleys always have arcades, right? So I'll have like a walkway around, and there will be like the arcade, and I'm thinking maybe also a VR room where it's got like one of those omnidirectional treadmills, except they like put like bars under it to like elevate the terrain at some point, so it feels like you're actually walking around there, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna not copy paste, but like just do this exact same restaurant design for the big restaurant and the bars, just back like maybe two or four more. So there will be restaurant, bar, restaurant, and then restaurant, bar, restaurant down there. And then over here, I'm planning to add, so there's going to be an apartment building up here, right? So I'm planning to add an apartment building members only area. Like if you're a resident, you can access it. And there's going to be like a grocery store and like a fitness center with like a pool and a gym and like a track, that kind of thing. And just other amenities that you would need in this area. So yeah, I'll get back to building. So yeah. Alrighty guys, so first of all, I added this roof, right? So it's gonna be like a skylight, like in Stranger Things kind of thing, you know, talked about that. So I cut off this, so the ice skating rink is the only place you can go on this floor. And then down here, the roller rink is the only place you can go on this floor, but there is a balcony looking over. So from the bowling alley, you go up the elevator and forward and around. I think I might put another elevator somewhere around here. I'll do that after I plan the restaurants out though. Then there's some more shops right here, and then some bathrooms, a supply thing, and then more shops. Then this is the Mega Arcade, as I like to call it. So basically, you come up here, this is like your ticket counter, this is where you buy your card that you swipe on all the games, right? And here's like the backup stuff, like the storage closet. Here's the pantry and the kitchen, where you can get like your pizza or whatever, and since it's the future, they like inject it with like vitamins or something so that kids are healthy and whatever. Then this is also the ticket counter where you get all your useless junk. And then there's just a bunch of machines, right? Whatever. Back here's like the basketball machine, the skee ball machine, those like tycoon machines that yeah. And then over here just the regular machines. And then so then you can also get a different type of card called the retro card, and you are allowed 1 hour. So basically the concept behind this is at this point it's 2035, right? So all consoles made 2020 or before are considered legacy consoles, and so you're invited to play on these. So there's like a shelf for all the physical games, and then there's like the Atari and some like the Sega Genesis or something, right? So you can walk in, you swipe your card, you're allowed an hour. I think you're allowed 2 hours total in, or maybe the card is like 1 hour total in these rooms, right? So this is Atari and Sega. This is the PlayStation, so PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with all the games. And then over here is another shelf, and then Xboxes. So I think it's Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series S. And then over here is Nintendo, so shelf of games. NES, SNES, Nintendo 64, GameCube, GameCube. Yeah, it just a bunch of Nintendo stuff, right? And so the really old ones, like over here, have TVs, but they're like the super old, ginormous, like 80s TVs kind of thing. So the ones that need those have those, but there'll be a blank wall here. And for the games that would use a digital television, you get to put on some AR glasses that it like projects it onto the wall for you to see. And then there's gonna be like TVs, or not TVs, but like screens over here where you can access which system you want to see and like what game they're doing, and like it sends a signal from the glasses back here. So that kind of thing. And then you have to pay separate for laser tag. So this is like all gonna be armor stands where you can like suit up kind of thing, you know. And then you come in here and there's gonna be 6 soldiers, a team captain, and then these are the instructors where they stand and like tell you all the rules and stuff before you go in. And then I'll just wing it from then. How did this happen? There we go. And then over here you also have to pay separate for a VR experience. Up to 4 people can do it. And then what's it called? This is like the control room. So if you're single player, then there's like gonna be a treadmill with like bars under it to like change terrain. So you could do like Breath of the Wild or something, like fully immersive and like all that stuff, and like you could walk around and all that kind of stuff. And there will be like robots in there that can like if you're talking to an NPC, you can like the robot's there or something. So then you can do that, or if you want to do up to 4 players, you can do like a battle royale where the floor like is just changing. So it's like laser tag, but 4 people, and it's in VR. And I'm thinking in the laser tag room, there's also like gonna be some AR shenanigans, so it actually looks like you're pew-pewing people, you know. And also this ceiling is slightly higher. So I'm gonna continue on with the restaurants. I'm gonna drag those out. But then what I'm thinking, right, is under here will be like a fitness center, and then there will be like a grocery store for apartment building residents. So I'll work on that. So yeah, see you when I've done that. Alrighty guys, I just want to show you some things I missed. So first of all, I added a supply room to this thing, so it splits it. Like the robot can either go that way to those 2 restaurants, or this way to those 3, right? So yeah, and then back here I made another restaurant, so it's got patio seating, a waitress stand, booths, a door to the patio, and then it's like a booth, except there's a table and chairs. Booth, same thing, corner booth, whatever. So the only thing different between this restaurant and the other restaurants is that it just doesn't have like this corner booth in one of the tables in replaced for the supply room. So yeah, and then over here I completely forgot that over here the supply room had to go down to the construction area, so I just put it on top without thinking about it. So I had to completely redesign this whole restaurant. The patio is the same as all the other big restaurants, but it's just a bit different, you know. And there's weird stuff, weird seating, weird whatever. And then instead of having another supply room like that back there, I just used this one. So yeah. But anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Sorry I haven't posted in like 3 weeks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Part 2 is coming soon. I'm gonna be working on that. The video's just like friggin' 37 minutes long. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.